Have you ever prayed for something so desperately that it brought you to tears? This is the story of a woman who was mocked, misunderstood, and barren, until one powerful moment with God changed everything. Deep with supplication to the Lord, inside the tabernacle at Shiloh, Hannah was pouring out her heart to the Lord, but to the onlookers, she appeared as a drunken woman. However, her prayer would shape the destiny of a nation. 1 Samuel chapter 1 and chapter 2, verse 1 to 11. There was a man named Elkanah from Ramathaim Zophim of the mountains of Ephraim. He had 2 wives. The name of one was Hannah, and the other was Peninnah. Peninnah had children, but Hannah had no children. However, Peninnah will taunt and mock Hannah, saying,
"Oh, Hannah, it must be so lonely at mealtimes with no little ones running around. Perhaps next year you'll have something to bring to Shiloh, if the Lord blesses you."
Hannah would often look down, embarrassed, silent, and sorrowful. Year after year, Elkanah and his family went up to Shiloh to worship and sacrifice to the Lord of hosts. But each time, Peninnah provoked Hannah to make her miserable because the Lord had closed her womb.
"Hannah, why do you weep? Why do you not eat? Why is your heart grieved? Am I not better to you than 10 sons?
Elkanah gently asked Hannah as he tries to console her. On one particular trip to Shiloh, Hannah decided that she had had enough of her misery, so she got up, went quietly to the tabernacle. Eli, the priest, is sitting near the doorpost. She begins to pray fervently. Hannah was in bitterness of soul and prayed to the Lord and wept in anguish. Then she made a vow.
O Lord of hosts, if you will indeed look on the affliction of your maidservant and remember me, and not forget your maidservant, but will give your maidservant a male child, then I will give him to the Lord all the days of his life, and no razor shall come upon his head.
1 Samuel chapter 1, verse 11. As she continued praying before the Lord, Eli watched her mouth. Her lips moved, but her voice was not heard. So Eli the priest, thinking that she was drunk, said to her,
"How long will you be drunk? Put your wine away from you."
Then Hannah said to him,
No, my Lord, I am a woman of sorrowful spirit. I have drunk neither wine nor intoxicating drink, but have poured out my soul before the Lord.
Go in peace, and the God of Israel grant your petition, which you have asked of him.
1 Samuel chapter 1, verse 17. So the woman went her way and ate, and her face was no longer sad. Elkanah knew Hannah his wife, and the Lord remembered her. So it came to pass that she bore a son and called his name Samuel, saying, Because I have asked for him from the Lord. Now when the child was weaned, Hannah took him up with many gifts for sacrifice with her to the house of the Lord in Shiloh.
O my Lord, as your soul lives, my Lord, I am the woman who stood by you here, praying to the Lord. For this child I prayed, and the Lord has granted me my petition. Therefore I also have lent him to the Lord. As long as he lives, he shall be lent to the Lord.
Hannah said to Eli. So they worshipped the Lord there. And Hannah prayed and said,
My heart rejoices in the Lord. My horn is exalted in the Lord. I smile at my enemies, because I rejoice in your salvation. No one is holy like the Lord, for there is none besides you, nor is there any rock like our God.
Then Elkanah and Hannah returned to their home in Ramah. But the child Samuel ministered to the Lord before Eli the priest. The Lord blessed Hannah with 3 more sons and 2 daughters. The boy Samuel grew up in the service of the Lord. Samuel would later grow up to be a great prophet, a mouthpiece of God to the nation of Israel. There are some lessons we can learn from the story of Hannah. First, God hears the prayers of the brokenhearted. Hannah poured out her soul in quiet, desperate prayer, and God heard her. No matter how silent, messy, or painful your prayers are, God listens. 2. God can use pain for a greater purpose. Hannah's pain over barrenness became the catalyst for a prophetic legacy. Samuel was more than a son. He became a prophet, priest, and judge. Sometimes God delays our desires because He's preparing something greater than we imagined. 3. Your story can bless others. Because Hannah surrendered her story to God, Samuel's life blessed all of Israel. What God does in your life can impact generations if you're willing to give it back to Him. Finally, keep your vows to God. Hannah made a vow and kept it. She gave Samuel back to God, even though it meant letting go of the son she longed for. And because of this, God blessed Hannah with more sons and daughters. Likewise, honor your commitments to God, even when they require sacrifice. Which lesson stood out to you the most? Share your thoughts in the comment below. Thanks for watching. Did you enjoy this story? Don't forget to like and subscribe for another amazing Bible story.